festival? To the festival. Well, sort of.
Ugh, do we really have to do something for the festival? It's not like we can put together anything good in just a few days. We'll just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members.
That's a concern of mine as well.
Thank you.
I don't really do well with last-minute preparations.
Don't worry so much. We're going to keep it simple, okay? We won't need much more than a few decorations. Sayori has been working on posters, and I've designed some pamphlets we can give out during the event.
I was about to say a thing and then I realized that no.
Okay, that's great and all. But that doesn't tell us what we'll actually be doing. Oh. What we're actually going to be doing for the events.
Is it a maid cafe? Is it a maid cafe? Ah, sorry. I thought you heard about it already. It's a maid cafe. We're going to be performing.
Performing?
Monica?
Yeah, we're going to be having a poetry performance. Each of us is going to choose a poem and recite during the event. But the cool part is when we're going to let everyone else come up and recite poems too. Sayori's putting it all on the posters in case anyone wants to prepare ahead of time.
No.
Sayori has been coloring a poster, holds it up to see.
Why does that never get old? Are you kidding me, Monica? You didn't already start putting those posters up, did you?
Well, I did. Do you really think it's that bad of an idea?
Well, no. It's not a bad idea. But I didn't sign up for this, you know. There is no way I'm going to be performing in front of a group of people like that.
I agree with Natsuki.
Thank you.
I could never in my life do something like that.
Imagine it. Imagining it, Yuri shakes her head in fear.
Girl, that's knows
Guys.
I've tried it twice.
No, Sayori. I understand where they're coming from. Remember that Natsuki and Yuri never shared their poems with anyone until just a couple of days ago. It's a lot to ask them to recite their poems out loud to a whole room full of people. I guess I kind of overlooked that. So I'm sorry. But I still think we should give it our best. We're the only ones responsible for the fate of this club. If we start the event and each put on a good performance, then it will inspire others to do the same. And that more people who perform, the better we'll be able to show everyone what literature is all about.
Yeah! It's about expressing your feelings. Being intimate with yourself.
Phrasing?
Finding new horizons. And having fun.
That's right. And it's for those reasons that we're all in the club today. Don't you want to share that with the others?
No!
To inspire them the same way, inspire the same feelings that brought you here today in the first place? I know you do. I know we all do. And if all it takes is standing in front of the room for 2 minutes and reciting a poem, then I know you can do it. Natsuki and Yuri remain silent. Sayori looks worried. I guess that leaves me no choice. I agree. I don't think it's too much to ask. I think that Sayori and Monica have been trying really hard to get new members. The least we could do is help them out a little bit.
Yeah, alright, fine. Bray Dog, you read your poetry. Well, maybe, but...
It looks like Natsuki doesn't have an argument left.
Yeah? Fine. It's the end of the world. I have no argument left. I guess I'll just have to get it over with.
Alright.
Phew. Thanks, Natsuki. What about you, Yuri? Yuri dejectedly glances around at everyone in else's expectant faces.
I guess I don't really have a choice.
Haha, that's everyone. You're the best, Yuri.
This club is seriously going to be the death of me.
Oh gosh. You'll be fine, Yuri. But anyway, let's move on to the main event. I want each of you to choose a poem of yours. We're going to be practice reciting them in front of each other.
No way!
I'm excited about more poems.
Mon-
Monica. This is too sudden.
Were you saying that as Yuri or as yourself?
No, as myself.
Okay, I couldn't
I
tell.
know,
You
it's kind
see-
of hard.
'cause-
We're basically the same person.
Well-
I get like weird social anxieties like
Hmm.
her. I relate.
Well, if you can't recite your poem in front of the club, how do you expect to do it in front of strangers?
Oh no.
Don't worry. I'll start off to help everyone feel a little bit more comfortable.
Can I go next?
Ah, of course.
No. Sit down.
Now let's see. Monica flips through her notebook to a specific poem she has in mind for herself.
I know the poem.
She then stands behind the podium.
Smooth, bitch.
The title of the
Get
poem
out
is
the way.
The Way They Fly.
Fly out the way.
Monica
bitch. Fly
begins
out the way.
Monica begins reciting her poem. Her clear, confident voice fills the room. More than that, her inflection is pristine. She knows exactly how to apply emotions behind each line she recites, bringing the words to life. Is this something she's done before, or simply is a natural? I glance around me. Everyone has their eyes on Monica. Sayori looks amazed. Yuri has an intense expression on her face that I don't understand. Finally, Monica finishes the recitation. I can't say that word.
You said it.
I did say it. All right. The four of us applaud. Monica takes a deep breath and smiles.
That was so good, Monica.
Thank you very much. It was it was just hoping to set a good example. Are you ready to go next, Sayori?
I'll go next.
What? Yuri's fired up all of a sudden.
A very anime line. Yuri clutches the sheet of the paper between her hands and stands up. Keeping her head down, she walks quickly over to the podium. This poem is called... Oh, that's you.
This poem is called...
Yuri anxiously glances at each of us.
You can do it, Yuri.
It's called After Image of a Crimson Eye.
Yuri's voice shakes as she starts reading the poem. Just a moment ago, she practically refused to do this. Why is she suddenly putting in so much effort?
It's for you.
As Yuri gets past the first couple of lines, her voice changes. It's almost like what happens when Yuri gets absorbed into her books. Her quibbling words transform sharp syllables into a fierce and confident woman. The poem is full of twists and turns and is structured that she insinuates with perfect timing. Enunciates perfect timing. This must be a rare glimpse into the whirling fire Yuri keeps concealed inside her head. Suddenly, she's finished. Everyone is stunned. Yuri snaps back into reality and glances around as if she's bewildered even herself. It's up to me to save this situation. It's the first. I'm the first to start applauding. Everyone joins me afterward, and we give Yuri the recognition she deserves. It's not that we didn't want to applaud her, but we were so caught off guard that we must have forgotten. As we applaud, Yuri holds up the poem to her chest and rushes back to her into her seat. Yuri, that was really good! Thank you for sharing. Looks like Yuri is down for the count.
Okay. I guess I'm next then.
Sayori hops out of her chair and cheerfully walks up to the podium.
This one's called My Meadow. Ah. Sorry, I giggled. No.
Sayori!
It's a lot harder than I thought. How do you guys do it so easily?
Ah. Try not to think of it like you're reciting to other people. Imagine you're reciting it to yourself, like in front of a mirror or in your head. It's your poem, so it'll come out the best way. I see. That's you.
I see. Okay then.
Sayori begins her poem. Somehow it feels like her soft voice was made as a perfect match. The poem isn't aimlessly cheery like Sayori is. It's sincere and bittersweet. If I were to read this on paper, I probably wouldn't think that much of it. But hearing it come from Sayori's voice almost gives it a whole new meaning. Maybe this is what Sayori meant when she said she likes my poems. It's like I get to reach more deeply into someone I thought I knew through and through. Sayori finishes and we all applaud.
I did it!
Good job, Sayori. That's like the first nice thing he said to her.
Even Braydog liked it. I guess that's a good sign.
What does that even mean?
You know what it means, you motherfucker.
It came out nicely, Sayori. The atmosphere of the poem fits you really nicely. But it might be the other poems wouldn't work quite as well with that kind of delivery.
I don't really understand.
In other words, I've seen poems of yours where that sort of gentle delivery wouldn't work as well. They might need a little more force behind them depending on what you're reading.
Oh, I know what you mean. Well, I've been practicing that kind of thing. It's just embarrassing to do in front of everyone. No.
The next time I'm going to make you pick a poem that challenges you a little more. We don't have much time before the festival, you know.
Okay.
It's Burning Man, dude. Coming up in a couple months.
Now, who's next? Natsuki?
No! Don't make me go before Braydog. It's not like I can compare to you guys anyway. Might as well let Braydog lower everyone's standards a little before I have to do it.
Jeez!
Holy shit.
Damn. Ba-boom, baby.
Natsuki?
It's fine, it's fine. I might as well get it over with.
Fucking right, you better.
But it's not like I have that much of a selection of what to read. I'll just have to go with what I wrote for today. Stand up in front of the podium. Everyone has their eyes on me, making me feel terribly awkward. I recite my poem. Since I'm not exactly confident in my own writing, it's hard to put energy into it. Despite that, once I finish, I receive applause anyway. Sorry, I'm not really as good as everyone else. Don't worry about it so much. I think it's less about your abilities and more about your lack of confidence in your writing. That's something that'll improve over time, though. Yeah, maybe. Alright then. That just leaves you, Natsuki.
Yeah. I'm going.
Natsuki begrudgingly gets out of her seat and makes her way to the podium.
This poem is called... It's called... Why are you all looking at me?
Because you're presenting.
Anyway, this poem is called Jump. I did not at all rip it off from Crisscross.